All right, Shalom Israel. I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kakwadash, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to like out there doing this work of faith and labor of love and true sincerity. All right, now I want to get into a quick topic based upon, just a common scripture that we always get into. And this is the book of Micah 2 and 10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. Because it is polluted, it shall destroy you, even with the sword destruction. And, however you want to look at it, in every way, shape, form, or fashion, our people has been brought to destruction, and we could get into this in so many different facets of how we see constantly that Jake just won't get right, even when it comes towards guys, dealing within this truth, or men that proclaim themselves to be of this truth, the wickedness that they commit, using this truth for power's sake, using this truth for money's sake, using this truth, then they're going to really build up here in Babylon. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is going to be our rest forever. You know what I'm saying? And we look at those as examples of what not to be. When we look at our people on a mass scale, we look at them as an example of what not to be. You know what I'm saying? That's what it gives us. And that's something, that we all have to learn. You have the Lord use men as an example in all type of ways, whether if it's positive or negative. May be negative for them, but it could be positive for you, depending on your point of view and how you receive, that information or whatever came from a certain situation or whatever the case may be. It's how you look at things, how you shape things, how you mold things with your mind, and the way that our people mold things in their mind clearly shows us that they're a slave to the society. They're a slave to what everyone else thinks. They're a slave to the so-called white man's way of programming that he have programmed them to, according to the idiot box, social media, so on and so forth. And our people just don't have what they say, a puncher's chance or something like, I don't know the correct saying, but it's something like that. They don't have a boxer's, a fighter's chance. I don't know, but it's something like that. You know what I'm saying? And we can clearly see that on a daily, and it's sad, but at the same time, it's like, hey, what can you do? You know what I'm saying? What can you do? The Lord, allowed us to come into this so that we could come out, 10 times greater. So at the same time, it's despicable, it's wicked, it's mean, it's ugly out here, but, it's all a part of the beautiful struggle, So this is 2 Thessalonians 2, and I want to start at matter of fact, let me just get straight to the point. 2 Thessalonians 2 and 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called the Most High, or that is worshipped, so that he as the Most High sitteth in the temple of the Most High, showing himself that he is a power. And this is what Esau does. They sit in the high seat, and they place themselves within a way in which Jake doesn't know how to shake. They don't know how to get up out of this. Everything that Esau does, he opposes the ways of the Most High. He's against the ways of the Most High. And he's sitting in people's temples. What the scriptures tell us, let me just go to it, because it goes right with that point right there. It's 1 Corinthians 3 and 9. Again, it says, 1 Corinthians 3 and 9, for we are laborers together with Yahweh. Ye are Yahweh's husbandry. We are his building. So, hey, we belong unto the Most High. We belong unto the Most High. So Esau dwelling within our temples, us as a people, I mean, that clearly shows that he has a strong hold on our people. Because where's our people's mindset at? It's damn sure not on the Lord. It's damn sure not on the Lord. They got their mind on everything else except for salvation, except for seeking a way out of this. Except a way from actually seeking a better for the future. They think better for the future is just planning to go to college when the society truly never had anything to offer us and still doesn't have anything to offer us. It's offering us what their table scraps at the end of the day. So it's like, what did you want to you rather be a king or you rather be a pauper all your life? We in this because what we know what the Most High put within us. We know that we're kings at heart, we're kings at spirit. We know that we're royalty. So as knowing that, we have to act accordingly. The Lord is looking what for a few good gentlemen, a few good warriors, Yeah, let me correct that because a few good soldiers because no such thing as a gentleman. No such thing as a gentleman. You have brothers more lenient, more easygoing, and than some that's more forward. But ain't no such thing as a gentleman. This man ain't gentle. Well, then when you think about it, he's want to get videos taken down or whatever, about to use some different language, but you get the picture pretty much. Um, that's another thing. All this damn censorship and watching how you speak, man, it's ridiculous. But what I want to go to, Slakia, yeah, Titus. It's Titus 1 and I'm gonna start at verse 9. It says, holding fast the faithful word as he hath been taught, that he may be able by sound doctrine both to exhort and to convince the gainsayers. For there are many unruly and vain talkers and deceivers, especially they of the circumcision. And hey, people that claim to be Israel, but truly showing at heart, at spirit, at mind, that what? They're nothing more than just another nigga that put on a garment, that proclaiming the Lord, man. That's what they show at the end of the day by their actions. They constantly showing these different things, man. Verse 10, for there are many, yeah, let me read that again. For there are many unruly and vain talkers and deceivers, especially they of the circumcision, whose mouths must be stopped, who subvert whole houses, teaching things which they ought not, for filthy lucre's sake, for money's sake, man. Teaching the word of the Lord for money's sake. Going against the grain, for monetary gain. I ain't mean to rhyme that, but going against the grain for monetary gain, man. Like, why would you do something like that? Why go against the grain for monetary gain when we are trying to live a life of abundance within the kingdom, that's going to forever sustain us, man. That makes no sense to give away eternity, for something that's temporary, man. Why put off eternity for something temporary? That makes no sense whatsoever. But this is what our people do, because while their mind is polluted with the wine, that America has provided unto them, man. And it got our people really drunken out here to the point where they don't know if they coming or going, man. You can convince a Jake that that he's a Elamite and they'll probably believe it. You just show them a book and you read a few things, this, that, and the third, and they gonna believe it, man. And that's another thing too, because people be having these flattering titles, thinking that means something, and then you try to tell people something they don't want to hear because you don't have a flattering title. What's that in Job? Is it 21? Yeah, all right, boom. Job 32 and 20 and 21. It says, let me not, I pray you, accept any man's person, neither let me give flattering titles unto man, for I know not to give flattering titles, and so doing my maker will soon take me away. And because that's what people do, man. Flattering titles. People give flattering titles to people who don't deserve it, who don't really deserve it. Just because you have a degree or something, that don't mean nothing at the end of the day. That don't mean you better than the next person. That just means you got a piece of paper from the so-called white man that he's really telling you to shove up your ass because you're going to be paying back student loans and all this stuff forever, and never get out of debt, man. That's what he creates. He creates debtors to slaves to debt, We have a positive debt that's going to actually be towards our benefit in the end. The scriptures say we are debtors to Yahweh Shah. And it's a great thing to be a debtor to him because, be paying, what we owe. We can't even really truly pay a portion of that, but he's allowing us to give just a morsel back to inherit everlasting life. So you can't ask for more than that, man. This place, America, is finished. You people that believe within the society is finished, man. You can see it all around you, constantly crumbling, constantly crumbling. So, but with that, I hope this segment was edifying. And I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Kakwadash, the Bawanas to the apostles and the elders great millstone, and Shalom, Shalek Abdir, doing his work of faith and labor with love and true sincerity. Shalom.